Are you serious? Are you serious? Okay, we know that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has just held a high-level military meeting, even though it is the Sabbath there in Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu meeting with his top military men earlier today. Anti-aircraft were fired, and it downed an Israeli warplane, an F-16, returning from a bombing raid on Iran-backed positions in Syria. Now, and that happened after Iran had flown a drone over the Golan Heights into Israel airspace. Okay? Now, with this going on, Syria, this is the most serious confrontation between Israel and Iran-backed forces along the border with Israel. Netanyahu said he had spoken with Russian President Vladimir Putin. He said, I reiterated to him our obligation and our right to defend ourselves against attacks from Syrian territory. We agreed coordination between our armies would continue, Netanyahu said in a televised statement. Netanyahu also added that he had spoken with U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson. Israel seeks peace, but we will continue to defend ourselves steadfastly against any attack against us or any attempt by Iran to establish itself against us in Syria, Netanyahu said. Now, you may remember his famous speech at the United Nations when he drew a picture of the bomb and said Iran is getting very, very close. Now, while that's going on, we have more information. Putin has also spoken 8 minutes ago, Putin urging Netanyahu and Syria to each avoid escalation in Syria. Matter of fact, Russian President Vladimir Putin and the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had discussed the situation in Syria in a telephone call today after heavy Israeli airstrikes took place in the nation of Syria. Matter of fact, according to the Kremlin, when they were addressing the information to Interfax news agency. But why did it happen? Well, they discussed the situation around the actions of the Israeli Air Force, which carried out missile strikes on targets in Syria. According to Interfax, quoting the Kremlin, Putin told Netanyahu there was a need to avoid any steps that would lead to new confrontation in the region. Matter of fact, anti-aircraft fired down this Israeli warplane returning from a bombing raid on Iran-backed positions in Syria earlier in the morning. And in most serious confrontations yet between Israel and Iran since the Iranians arrived on the border of Israel. Folks, we're talking Ezekiel 38. I mean, we're talking Gog and Magog. You're dealing with the Iranians, the Russians, the Israelis, the Syrians, the Turks. That's right, Erdogan, who's constantly causing trouble up there, wanting to run the Kurds over. The United States saying you're not going to do that. Donald Trump's not going to let Turkey destroy the Kurds. And he's not going to let Iran or anybody else attack Israel. And then you have, of course, Al-Qaeda, Al-Nusra, Hezbollah, okay, the Free Syrian Army. I mean, are you serious? I can't even think of a Hezbollah. You can't even. Are you serious? Hamas, everybody in this region surrounding Israel, Muslim Brotherhood over in Egypt. I mean, it's ugly. The Palestinian Authority. It's all. This is a wow. Well, you don't want to miss. If you're in Florida or if you're anywhere within driving distance, okay. Service starts at 7 p.m. tonight. I'll be speaking at Freedom Fellowship Church, in Lady Lake, Florida. The service begins at 7 p.m. So if you're within driving distance, within a couple hours, 2 to 3 hours, get going. Because my message tonight is on the wings of eagles. Couldn't have had a better time to pick this. Couldn't be a more prophetic time. There's also information now beginning to leak out there. Earlier today, I seen where Stephen Ben Danoon, did a YouTube video that there was rumors from sources that close in Israel that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu maybe was going to be forced out of power come Monday. As of course he's facing potential indictments over just getting a few cigars given to him. I don't think it's going to happen, guys, because I think Benjamin Netanyahu is needed in power, and especially right now, it couldn't be more critical a moment than right now. We'll keep a close eye on all of this. Are we on the brink of Ezekiel 38? Gog and Magog, because they're all there. Libya's there. Ethiopia's there. They're all there. Everybody's in the region. They're all surrounding Israel. This is not good. Give your life to Jesus Christ. We are living in the last days, and we are running out of time.